It'd be pretty bad to come home and imagine, I don't know if you've been in this situation or not, but it'd be bad enough to come home and discover that your house had been ransacked by burglars. But then to discover that your insurer would reject an insurance claim for what was stolen on the basis of what they call flawed analysis of photographs provided as... It'd be pretty bad to come home and imagine, I don't know if you've been in this situation or not, but it'd be bad enough to come home and discover that your house had been ransacked by burglars. But then to discover that your insurer would reject an insurance claim for what was stolen on the basis of what they call flawed analysis of photographs provided as evidence. This has actually happened to somebody. A bloke's come home and cost him, it's somewhere in the region of just under $200,000 worth of stuff that was stolen. And it all comes down to what they say is a common glitch in time and date stamps on images stored by online cloud services. So I thought, well, to explain this and to maybe, try and help us around the pitfalls, we need to talk to our resident tech guru, Ben Aylett from easywireless.net.au. Morning, Ben.
Good morning, Darren. How are you going?
Yeah, good. Merry Christmas and all. It's that time of year. Are you ready for it?
I think I am.
Don't really have much choice at this point in time.
Yeah, that's right. It's coming whether I like it or not. Here it is.
Now, this is a pretty scary situation. Can you talk us through what the issues an insurer might have with particular, is it cloud-stored photos that might be the issue here?
Yeah, partially cloud-stored photos. So when we store things in the cloud, in particularly with social networks, the social networks tend to strip out information on the photos for our own protection. This information is known as EXIF information, or EXIF data. That's EXIF. And this includes information like where the photo was taken by GPS location, what the photo was taken on, the resolution, the actual settings on the camera when it was taken, so they can even tell you what the focus length was when that photo was taken. Yeah, absolutely.
So all of this is kept as standard on digital images, but not necessarily when they go to social media.
Exactly. So when they go to social media or to some sort of cloud service, they're quite often stripped out. So, for example, if you were to post a photo to Facebook, Facebook automatically strips out a whole lot of the EXIF data to protect your location. So if you were to take a photo of a member of the family and you didn't want anyone to know where you guys were, it's just common sense, it actually takes out the GPS location.
Right. And so... Yeah. Wow. So, and that's what the insurance company have said, well, look, we can't be sure that you actually had this stuff at any time or at any place. Like, they're basically, I was going to say that, they're calling shenanigans on his photos. They're saying, there's no proof in here.
Yeah, I can understand where they're coming from because insurance fraud's a bit of a deal that they have to mess with. Yeah, I can see where they're coming from. It's quite easy to take a digital image and say, hey, that's mine. And you can even go in later and modify the EXIF data as well.
Right.
It does change some parts of the photo where you might be able to tell there's been tampered with. But it is also possible to change that information to, like I could take a photo of a Ferrari and say, yeah, it was stolen and I had it parked in my driveway at this time and at this date, and here's a photo to prove it. If they're going to be using that sort of excuse to not pay out, then I think they're kind of maybe leaving themselves open to a little bit of fraud, more high-tech fraud.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so you're suggesting that probably the best thing for people to do is if they want to take photos, and, we recommend that you do, take photos of your stuff, but first of all, don't store it on, don't leave the only copies on social media.
Exactly. Don't make the only copies the ones you keep on social media. Now, if you want to keep it in a cloud service, there is a way you can simply protect that information before uploading it to a cloud service. So everyone, without even knowing it, have got access to a cloud service, be it Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, or Apple iTunes. The iTunes, the storage stuff there, iCloud.
Well, I mean, I guess even your login emails, like if you've got a web-based email address, then exactly. You're storing it there in the cloud, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. So cloud technology, we're going to take a step back. Cloud technology has been around since the mid-'60s, and it's called email. It's the cloud is really just simply described as someone else's computer, not yours.
Right.
Yep. All right. But when we want to upload things to a cloud service, you can just simply gather up all your photos and put them into a compressed or a zip file and you upload them there. That way, nothing inside the zip file is tampered with, so you can retain that EXIF data and you can still store it in the cloud. So you get the best of both worlds.
Right. And probably wouldn't hurt to keep a physical copy of it at home, whether it's on a thumb drive at home or whether you want to print them out and keep them for your own purposes as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So keeping a home server or some sort of a hard drive attached to your router is another way to keep your data safe. And it's always a good idea to have at least 2 backups.
Yeah, and not necessarily all of them in the same place, because that's probably not going to do you any good.
Exactly, and that's where cloud services come in and help a lot.
So, do you think it's going to be potentially... is this opening the door for other insurers to contemplate, saying, or is this going to be... I don't know. Which way do you reckon this will go? Because this could either set a precedent or it could very easily come back and slap the insurance company, couldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not even sure if this is a precedent. This has been a pretty common tactic from my experience where insurance companies, and they have a right to, they question everything that's claimed.
Yeah.
So whether it's, we're not too sure if that digital photo is legitimate or if that actual receipt is a real one, they're going to find ways to make sure that they are protecting their own businesses.
All right. So it really is a case of making sure you have all the information that you need to support your case.
Yeah, I think if you ask any legal expert, they'll say the onus is on the person trying to present their case.
Fair enough. All right. And especially when there's big money involved in the process, we can only, expect that evidence would have to be rigorous in the process. Well, thank you for that. And that's a good warning for all of us. It's take photos of your stuff, but keep copies of it about your person, possibly. Yep. Or certainly
Absolutely.
in multiple places so that you don't have any worries about the legitimacy of your stuff. When it comes time to claim it. Well, thank you, as always, and Merry Christmas, Ben, to you and yours.
Merry Christmas to you, yours and your listeners.
Indeed. easywireless.net.au is the place we can find out more. And Ben Aylett joining us, our tech guru, here on 882 6PR's Weekend Wake Up.